Day 11 of Diddy's explosive trial just wrapped up, and trust me, it was wild. The courtroom? Absolutely shaking. Why? Because Katt Williams, the king of truth bombs himself, has just been linked to a potential testimony that could flip everything on its head. According to insider reports, federal authorities are now preparing to subpoena Katt Williams, who apparently knew about what's been going down in the Diddy case long before anyone else did. Can you imagine? Katt said it last year, Diddy, Usher, and TD Jakes were all going to face major reckoning in 2025. And now, boom, it's all playing out exactly as he said. But the real jaw dropper? People are starting to wonder, how did Katt know all this before the first legal document even dropped?
Harley passing, they follow me to the hotel. They care Aaron Carter, and now they acting like they won't care clean a Backstreet Boys sample. You get what I'm saying? Harley passing that Pusha, your trainer. Harley passing that Jay-Z.
Rewind to last year, back when no one was even side-eyeing Diddy. The man was still living his best mobile life. But Katt Williams, he was already pulling the curtain back. He predicted a major collapse, and not just for Diddy. He hinted at a whole web of names, power, and scandal. He even suggested Diddy wasn't going down alone.
Ben Affleck actually recently walked away from J-Lo because these allegations were coming out.
And isn't there even some concern that, or proof that Pastor TD Jakes?
Well, I'm getting right there. So there's this big list that Diddy said, I'm not going down alone. Because Katt Williams went on a podcast a while back, and Katt Williams, who's a well-known comedian in the black community for a long time, he went on a podcast and basically just regurgitated all this information that was just so valid. And he said, all these people, he said, you got God on one side, and then you got the other side. And he said, the other side, they're all going down in 2024. And he mentioned that he was offered $50 million 4 separate times to join in with these Diddy parties to basically be sodomized. And he turned it down every time.
To help his career.
To help his career, to bring his career to the next level.
This wasn't Katt's first warning. And let's be honest, it probably won't be the last. The man's been collecting receipts for years. He's turned down fame and fat checks, all to protect his integrity. During an interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe, he name-dropped Diddy as the ringleader and casually mentioned everyone who'd get pulled into the storm with him. And now, the prophecy is unfolding.
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never fucking expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit. Come here, come here. Is that 2 niggas kissing? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Oh, and remember TD Jakes, the megachurch titan? Katt said his fall would be part of the collapse too. And like clockwork, TD stepped down from the Potter's house just days before Diddy's court date hit the calendar. Coincidence? Some folks don't think so.
Watch as Katt Williams calls out Bishop TD Jakes, and watch as TD Jakes and Gino Jennings' response.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Good, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good because I know the truth.
TD Jakes, do not speak against homosexuality.
As a shock to many in the religious community, Bishop T.D. Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation.
This is a beautiful moment for me.
From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House, the Dallas megachurch he founded in 1996 and has led ever since.
I cannot afford, especially after November, to risk something happening to me and you be sheep without a shepherd.
This is video from the service Jakes is referencing in November. It wasn't until months after his medical incident that he confirmed to the public he had a heart attack. Now, 5 months later, he told his congregation he had been preparing his daughter, Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, and his son-in-law, Pastor Torrey Roberts, to take the lead.
But then, Katt went even deeper. He spoke about exploitation in Hollywood, about how young talent, some of the biggest names today, were exposed to disturbing industry practices from a shockingly young age. And two names that stood out, Usher and Aaron Carter. Both were introduced to Diddy as kids, Aaron at 9, Usher at 13. And now, years later, people are connecting dots that were always hiding in plain sight.
I was about 15 years old, and I remember him just sitting down with me, being like, this is kind of like what you got to do, Aaron.
Aaron Carter begged for help in front of the world. He begged for financial support to help get him a private security team to keep him alive. He said on numerous occasions, if anything happens to me, I promise you, I am not vital. And no one said anything.
Silence breaker for my brother, who is a artist, and they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. They owe me money, and they're trying to off. And I'm begging you, and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can, so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage, saying I wanted to hang myself.
Usher says that he still has nightmares about the time
Usher has openly talked about having nightmares from his time with Diddy, and the way he ended up living with him, wild. His mother reportedly sent 13-year-old Usher to live with Diddy, even though she didn't even know the man. Who does that? Hollywood insiders knew Diddy's reputation, but apparently for some families, the price of fame was worth any risk. It's heartbreaking, because both Usher and Aaron weren't just betrayed by strangers. Their own families seemed to prioritize paychecks over protection.
I was about 15 years old, and I remember him just sitting down with me, being like, this is kind of like what you got to do, Aaron.
Aaron Carter begged for help in front of the world. He begged for financial support to help get him a private security team to keep him alive. He said on numerous occasions, if anything happens to me, I promise you, I am not vital. And no one said anything.
Silence breaker for my brother, who is a artist, and they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. They owe me money, and they're trying to off. And I'm begging you, and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can, so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage, saying I wanted to hang myself.
Usher says that he still has nightmares about the time
And Aaron Carter? His story is beyond devastating. Not only did he face hardships in the industry, but he also revealed deep wounds from his own home life. In heartbreaking tweets, he opened up about traumatic experiences growing up. The world was shaken, especially when he named those he once trusted most. Aaron was vocal about needing help. He was transparent about the mental toll his past took on him, and he wanted the world to know the truth, not just for him, but for anyone who'd been through something similar.
I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, you look like you have AIDS, you should go die.
die. I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to my fans, and now they turn on me.
Do you regret ever getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old.
All this emotional trauma didn't just disappear, it manifested in tragic ways. Aaron battled health issues, rumors swirled, and the stress led to self-destructive behaviors. And he openly struggled with addiction. His journey mirrored that of other child stars, including Usher, who also faced health issues later in life. And here's the question on everyone's lips. Why does it seem like so many child stars exit Hollywood scarred?
But your system is still so weak that it can't fight off. You know, a yeast infection.
Sorry, my part is just like,
so
you guys got to understand out there, like, this is like, no, I know this is kind of like, it's giving me anxiety, okay? So my heart is racing. I did not take any medications before I came here. I haven't in actually a couple of days because I wanted to try to wean myself off of this.
One of the things I also noticed when you met with Dr. Jorge, you opened up and expressed your concerns that you're worried you have HIV.
Absolutely.
I know you recently came out as bisexual.
Yes.
Is that one of the other reasons that's had you concerned? Because you admitted on the tape piece that you say, I haven't always been safe sexually.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, and that's a fact. I haven't always been safe sexually, and I have no qualms in saying that. There's nothing wrong with me saying that. I do find men and women attractive, just like a woman can say, oh, wow, what a beautiful girl. I can say, oh, wow, what a beautiful man.
Aaron even warned the public. He said he felt unsafe, that certain executives had it out for him. He insisted he wasn't a danger to himself. And then he was found dead in his home. The official word? Accidental death. But many, including his own mother, aren't convinced. Aaron reportedly didn't have water in his lungs despite being found in a tub. Something just doesn't add up. Fans are asking if he wasn't suicidal, why isn't there more outrage? Why weren't more questions asked?
Following developing news tonight in Lancaster, where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times in his short life. Chris Wolf is live for us in Lancaster. He's got more on this. Chris?
Yeah, Rick, MB, the street is now cleared. People have been moving in and out of that home behind me all day. And tonight we heard from some of those closest to Aaron Carter, and they all say the same thing. They all share stories of a very kind, loving, caring, humble, yet troubled young man. It's the tragic death of a young performer, and now family, friends, and fans around the world are suffering the loss. Singer, rapper, actor Aaron Carter is dead at the age of 34. Oh my God. Carter's close friend and stylist shared this video of a recent birthday celebration for Carter's fiancée, Melanie Martin. She is also the mother of their 11-month-old son, Prince.
It's very painful, very, very painful. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. He was at the dentist and he FaceTimed me. He said, come over. And I said, I can't, I have work to do. I wish I could have just go see him at least one more time.
LA County firefighters say they received a call about a drowning. The LA County Sheriff's Department says a house sitter called 911 around 11 a.m. Saturday to report a man unresponsive in his bathtub. It was Carter.
Aaron Carter's mom has made a pretty remarkable decision. She has decided she wants the world to see the death scene, where the bathroom where Aaron was found dead. And the reason for this is she is calling out the police and feels like they did not do a proper investigation here, because she is certainly insinuating that there may have been foul play involved in Aaron Carter's death.
Oh, well, the first day, I mean, I got a call. The first thing, I got a call from my daughter, Angel, and she said that Aaron was found in the pool. So then I found out later that he was found in a tub, and it just, everything, the stories just kind of kept changing.
The official report may say overdose, but inconsistencies have cast a long shadow. His mom believes the investigation was rushed and flawed. A welfare check was reportedly requested the same night he died, but it's unclear if it even happened. Now, she's pushing for a deeper investigation. Hollywood has long had a habit of brushing things under the rug, but not this time, not with so many red flags waving.
Aaron Carter was found dead in a bathtub in his home in Los Angeles last November. Since that time, TMZ has reported the LA County coroner did not find water in his lungs, meaning he didn't drown. Carter's mother, Jane Schneck, posted photos on Facebook that show the bathroom where her son was found. She wrote on Facebook, "Because of my son's mental illness and prescription drug issues, they, the cops, just wanted it to be something easy that they didn't have the time or inclination to address." Schneck wants a more thorough investigation. She wrote that her son was receiving threats from many people, and she believes there were people out there who wanted to harm him.
Carter's mother, Jane Schneck, posted the photos to her personal Facebook page on Wednesday, writing, quote, "Still trying to get a real investigation for the death of my son, Aaron Carter." On November 5th of last year, 34-year-old Carter was found dead in the bathtub of his Lancaster, California home. According to posts by his mother, quote, "The coroner wrote it off as an accidental drug overdose. They never investigated it as a possible crime scene because of his addiction past." One of the photos shows the bathtub where Carter was found filled with green water. Another shows what appears to be feces smeared across the bathroom floor. A towel and some clothing items can also be seen on the floor in the photos. In one social media post, Carter's mother writes, quote, "Why are the towels perfectly placed?" In others, she alleges Carter received multiple death threats before he died, saying many people were making his life miserable.
And now, enter Kanye West. Kanye has long warned about celebrities being controlled, and he's named names. He believes that the same person who once tried to manage him was connected to Aaron too. That person, Harley Pasternak. Kanye has spoken about being heavily medicated, and now he's linking that same individual to Aaron Carter's situation. And if that's true, it raises even more eyebrows.
So the puzzle I discovered in my research were the claims that Kanye West was making about Harley Pasternak, who is a personal trainer for Ye, and he was also a personal trainer for Aaron Carter. And Ye is openly accusing Harley Pasternak of being not only a celebrity handler, but also responsible for what happened to Aaron. He thinks that he was the guy that went in there and set this up to look like he basically overdosed and accidentally unalived himself. And his claims for this is that Harley Pasternak made threats to Ye about putting him in such a seduced state and under conservatorship that he wouldn't even know like what was going on. And he even says something along the lines of like family gatherings won't be the same, or like time with your kids won't be the same, something like that. But I've got the clip. It's really crazy.
Pasternak followed me to the hotel. They killed Aaron Carter, and now they acting like they won't clear the Backstreet Boys sample. You get what I'm saying? Harley Pasternak pusher, your trainer. Harley Pasternak, Jay-Z.
Usher's story takes another twist. Some now believe that instead of escaping the pain, Usher became part of a harmful cycle. There are whispers that he might have played a role in others' pain, including Justin Bieber's. There are allegations that Usher introduced Justin to Diddy and that disturbing behavior continued. Cassie even claimed that Usher would be present during troubling moments but did nothing to intervene. If these claims are true, it raises serious questions about complicity and silence.
They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like, what kind of fucking asshole do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what pedophiles do. They get
victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them out to go get other young kids. Now, if Usher is a procurer, and if Usher knew what was going to happen to any of those young children that he took to the Flavor Freak off, is he a good guy? Especially considering what happened to him, especially considering that he sat Howard Stern, and Howard Stern said, would you send your kids to Puffy's Flavor Camp? And his immediate response was, hell no! So it's good enough for everybody else's kids, but it's not good enough for yours.
Dawn Richards says she wasn't alone in witnessing Sean Diddy Combs' abuse. During her second day of testimony in the music mogul's federal trial, the 41-year-old described an alleged 2010 incident of Combs punching then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura at a West Hollywood, California restaurant, and said Usher was also a witness to the event. During her testimony May 19th per NBC News, which had a reporter in the courtroom, she said, quote, Mr. Combs punched Cassie in the stomach. They were having a private conversation, and then he punched her in the stomach. She immediately leaned over and left. In addition to Usher, Richard, who was a member of the girl group Danity Kane, which was formed on Combs' show Making the Band in 2004, alleged that other musicians, including singer Neo, record exec Jimmy Iovine, and rapper Big Daddy Kane were present as well. When Richard and Ventura got into a car to leave after the alleged restaurant incident, Richard said another physical altercation took place between Combs, who has pleaded not guilty to all charges, and his then-girlfriend. She continues in her testimony, quote, we got in the car to head back to her house. Combs grabbed her, slapped her, popped her in the mouth, and told her to shut the f*** up. Everyone was quiet.
Justin Bieber, through his reps, has denied involvement in anything harmful. His team insists he was never harmed, despite acknowledging there were unsettling things happening behind closed doors. But here's the dilemma. If abuse was happening around him, how do we know it didn't reach him too? And more importantly, why are so many former child stars walking around with the same scars? Usher's past with Diddy continues to haunt him. On The Howard Stern Show, Usher himself admitted that Diddy exposed him to adult experiences far too young. He was just 13. He spoke about being taken to parties and environments no child should ever be part of. And yet the industry stayed silent. Even Usher's former associates are speaking up. Gene Deal, a known source close to the inner circle, confirmed what many have suspected. Usher remembers more than he's willing to admit, but he's terrified. Terrified that if Diddy falls, he's going down too. So he stays quiet. And that silence, it's louder than any confession. Back in the courtroom, Day 11 ended with a series of shocking testimonies. From stylists to investigators to law enforcement, each one painted a clearer picture of Diddy's alleged behavior. They spoke about violent tendencies, control, and fear. The prosecution is building a case piece by piece. And if the rumors are true, Katt Williams may soon take the stand to tie it all together. It's only the beginning, but the empire is already crumbling. For years, people dismissed Katt as just another eccentric voice in Hollywood. But now, everything he warned us about is coming true. Usher, Aaron, Kanye, Cassie, Justin. These aren't random names. They're threads in the same twisted web. The public is finally waking up, but the question remains, how many more names will fall before this trial ends? And is this just the tip of the iceberg? The court isn't done, the testimonies are far from over. The feds are circling, the industry is shaking, and Katt Williams? He might just be the one to finish what he started. Will Usher finally tell the full truth? Will more celebrities speak up, or will fear and silence win again? One thing's for sure, the world is watching now.